I don't like CNN. And if you watch CNN,
This site has been sealed by the Port-au-Prince magistrate, reads the note on the door of the medical NGO. The compound where authorities say Christian Emmanuel Sanon, an American citizen, helped orchestrate the assassination of Haiti's president, Jovenel Moïse. When police cars descended to arrest, helped orchestrate the assassination, an American Emmanuel Sanon, and say Christian Emmanuel Sanon, an American citizen.
Christian Emmanuel Sanon, an American citizen. But let's first of all say he's definitely non-foundational black American, okay? Christian Emmanuel Sanon, first of all, and then that hairline way back here, no sir. So don't put him in there with us. Not saying that they did, but how did he, and why would he, some man here in the United States, plot, some random dude, black dude, plot the assassination of a Haitian president? Like, what kind of power does he have? Actually, let's look that shit up. Christian Emmanuel Sanon. You know, Christian Emmanuel Sanon. Arrest of Christian Emmanuel Sanon, New York Times, Emmanuel Sanon, CNN. They got somebody they know for sure who plotted it. How do you know? I need to go looking, but I want to see who he is. Let's say LinkedIn. Like, what did he do? Dr. Christian Sanon. No picture, but it does say Brandon, Florida. There's a security team out of Florida that it talks about. I do know down further, CTU security, because I looked it up. The logo of a Florida-based, I said it twice, of a Florida-based firm, CTU Security, was added on the icon, and I looked them up, and I did find them. So maybe he's the owner of CTU Security, but basically he's out there. President at Organization Rome, Haiti. What is that? I don't let anything just, you know. Y'all don't have a website? Florida Reg. Form Haiti Corporation is an inactive Floridian business entity incorporated 23rd. Christian Sanon is listed as the agent for this profit. The last filing revoked for an annual report for this nonprofit. It was a nonprofit. Foreign not-for-profit revoked. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on this because I didn't really look this up prior. Otherwise, I would have had some stuff ready. Images. All right, I'm not gonna waste a lot of time on this, but as you can tell, if you know what you're doing and you know how to sleuth, you can find shit. We can find more stuff sometimes than what they can find. Maybe not. These niggas got some access, but we can find a lot of shit. Most of the time they won't tell us, but we can find what we need. So let's just go back here to the CNN thing that I really want. Well, let's just keep watching this. It's only 2 minutes.
Helped orchestrate the assassination of Haiti's president, Jovenel Moïse. When police cars descended to arrest Sanon over the weekend, they found him at the house just across the street from the NGO, along with lots of ammunition, holsters, and shooting targets. Authorities say he helped recruit and organize the 26 Colombians and 2 Americans they believe carried out the killing. We've spoken to several neighbors now who were too nervous to go on camera with us, but tell us that the amount of activity at this compound over the last month or two really started to increase. And interestingly, they say they saw men going from that compound to this one, which is where Sanon was arrested. They said all of the men were foreigners that were, quote, muscular, like bodyguards, sometimes with camouflage pants. This compound, 2 Americans they believe carried out the killing. We've spoken to several neighbors now who were too nervous to go on camera with us, but tell us that the amount of activity at this compound over the last month or two really started to increase. And interestingly, they say they saw men going from that compound to this one, which is where Sanon was arrested. They said all of the men were foreigners that were, quote, muscular, like bodyguards, sometimes with camouflage pants. There's no way to know for sure if those same men are among these suspects that Sanon is claiming to have never met. In police interviews, he is arguing he is innocent.
How you gonna say there's no way to know for sure, but y'all for sure that y'all rounded up these 26 people? Like,
according to a source directly involved in the investigation, CNN spoke to that source over the phone and agreed to conceal his identity. Sanon said he doesn't know anything about the assassination, said our source. He said he's a pastor. His wife and children live abroad, but he's been in the country for about a month. He says he didn't know the ammunition was in the house. This is what he said since the first day. Sanon appears to split his time between South Florida
I'm a pastor, I didn't know.
and Haiti, and has been involved for years in medical charity work.
Medical charity work?
He's also been a longtime critic of the Haitian government, saying this in a YouTube video from 2011.
Where is the leadership of Haiti? Nowhere to be found. You know why? Because they're corrupt.
Sanon not the only...
You know how many motherfuckers in Haiti say it's corrupt? That's all you got on them? I feel like he's like being used as a figurehead for this whole plot, but ain't nothing probably happening to him. He's a pastor, does medical, non-profit work. I doubt it.
Only American allegedly playing a key role.
Like what makes you be doing medical practice type work and you're a pastor, but somehow you're assassinating the goddamn Haitian president? Like, what pissed you off so much from the president directly? You know what I mean? How is he fucking up your work?
In the assassination, 2 more Americans seen here, James Solage and Joseph Vincent, have been detained in Haiti as suspects. And CNN is also reporting that several other suspects in the assassination have direct ties to U.S. law enforcement as informants. The DEA has confirmed at least one of them worked for them in the past as an informant.
They're at least admitting that they worked at the DEA and different. So not only do you have 26 Colombians and 2 Haitians, but then you got some of them, whether they be the Colombians or the Haitians, that somehow worked through the United States, came through and actually used to work for our DEA. How does this even happen? How do they even get to some shit like this? You know what I mean? Like, it's corruption all the way around, and it all has the hands of the United States government all over it. They just threw Colombians and Haitians out there to do the dirty work, not white boys.
DEA operations, everybody back up, stand down.
The night of the assassination, you can even hear a suspect shout he was working for the DEA, though U.S. officials have repeatedly said that was a lie. And the U.S. doesn't just have connections to the crime, but to its aftermath. Haitians have been showing up at the U.S. Embassy in Port-au-Prince asking for visas. Some are desperate to leave an island where poverty, violence, and corruption are chronic. The assassination, just the final straw.
Okay, so as you can see, it was a Florida-based company. There's U.S. involvement, people involved supposedly, and that's what they're telling us. How true it is, and they're just saying there's a few of them. The whole goddamn team really came from the United States, that CTU security team. And the whole goddamn team was probably trained. And on top of that, that's how they were able to get caught and not get shot and killed. How were you able to round up 26 Colombians and 2 Haitians who have so much ties to the United States and everybody coming without a scratch? You do it by planting them there and controlling the whole goddamn situation from the beginning. You plant them there, you plan the capture, you televise the capture, and then you act like some of these people got to get extradited from Haiti to the United States to be prosecuted, which we'll come to because it doesn't make sense, but we'll come to that. But come on, man. Back to the other thing. Hi. Whoops, wrong one. Sorry, guys.
To thwart democratic change. She says her husband had spoken of dark forces behind years of unrest.
Dark forces.
Rivals and oligarchs angry about what he called his attempts to clean up government contracts and politics.
Now, look at that building. Now, this is the building that a guy is going to be showing us later. They threw a grenade in there, whatever. Let me look at the gate of this building. I don't know. The reason why I'm saying this, because when you go look at this Haiti, the one that we just watched, where he was right there, he said it right here. Look at what he showed.
That were, quote, muscular, like body. They say they saw men going from that compound to this one, which is where Sanon was arrested. They said all of the men were foreigners that were, quote, muscular, like bodyguards, sometimes with camouflage pants. There's no way to know for sure if those things started to increase. And interesting, who were too nervous to go on is the 26 Colombians and 2 Americans they believe carried out the killing. We've spoken to several neighbors now who were too nervous to go on camera with us, but tell us that the amount of activity at this compound over the last month or two really started to increase. And interestingly, they say they saw men going from that compound to this one, which is where Sanon was arrested. They said all of the men were foreigners that were, quote, muscular, like bodyguards, sometimes with camouflage pants. There's no way to know for sure if those same men are.
So what they're trying, and that compound he just showed is not necessarily the same compound that we see right here. And later, there's going to be a Haitian guy that I'm going to show you here very momentarily, because this video is almost over, that goes into this and shows this same building as the building that everything happened at. But they're trying to, CNN showed it didn't look like the same building. Unless they were on another side of that bitch. As you can see, there's a lot of trees and brush right behind it. The building sticks up over the gate, which that looked like a larger gate. That looked like a beige colored gate. This one doesn't say that Sanon was in that bitch. This one's mostly talking about the gang members. The Columbians. But from what he made it seem like in that last video, that the Columbians was part of the Sanon capture, and it happened at that place. At least that's what was suggested when they pulled up that next clip. And he said, it's hard to tell if these guys are the ones, but you just explained that they were like 26 foreign males dressed muscular, and they were muscular, dressed in camo pants. So like, come on, man. Like, this is what we be talking about. The story shouldn't be this fucking diluted.
Oligarchs angry about what he called his attempts to clean up government contracts and politics. Haitian officials have not provided a motive for the assassination.
They don't know
or
why
explained how the killers got past Moise's security detail.
What do you mean how the killers got past his security detail? Didn't I just show y'all on CNN right here that it says 26 Colombians, a retired special forces, said they were actually hired to provide the leader with security? So what do you mean you don't understand how they got past his security detail? They was his fucking security detail. Weird ass lady sitting at home with a weird ass nasally ass voice. I don't know how they were actually able to get across the detail. These gang members. Oh, I can't stand these people. Okay. Anyways, man. Anyways, y'all. So that alone should show you enough propaganda. First of all, on CNN. Second of all, on Sky News, Third of all, what's the real story, right? Sky News seemed like they had some of the story. They was at least showing you the right compound, supposedly. You know what I mean? But it's still back on the topic. Where did these 26 Colombians and 2 Haitians come from, right? So let me play another clip here, and we'll see what this guy has to say. And this comes from a YouTuber who basically just does some traveling. To me, he's kind of biased. He's trying to show a biased side of Haiti, which is the side that's not pro G9, non-pro revolutionary side. He's pretty much on the Haitian corrupt side of things.
Block that area because that's the only way that they could go through. So they came and hide in that house. They came and hide in that house, and then the police find out. So they're starting to shooting at them, and then those would be grenades.
So the police threw grenades into this building.
Oh yes, many of them were arrested. I think 2 or 3 of them got killed.
You said many of the other ones ran to the neighborhood that we were just in.
Yes, exactly.
So the people from that neighborhood that we were just in, you know, some of the gang members, they were strong enough to capture Colombian mercenaries, keep them alive, and take their weapons off them and hand them into the police.
Yeah, I was quite surprised that those people could have killed those Columbians, but they didn't. They rather than turn them to the police along with all their guns.
Did you hear that? First of all, wow, they do have that. That's the building. It's got the same blast, okay, that we seen. So that's possibly the building. You know, we don't know 100% for sure, but this is another guy who's on the ground. But I don't really like this guy's side either. But sometimes people tell part of the truth, and the other part, they hide certain things that they want to hide from you. But yeah, that's the actual building right there. But I don't know if you heard the next thing that he said. They were saying that the police couldn't handle it, so the gang members went in, and the gang members were able to tackle them. First, he actually mentioned that 2 people got killed, but all of them came out of a scratch, and then he changed up the story, and then he says that he can't believe that gang members, he says that they were able to actually had a gang instead of the police go after them and capture them. And he said he can't believe that they were able to round them up like that without a fight. Oh, come on now. So think about it. Fucking think about this, guys. Not only were these 26 highly trained assassins that were Colombians in a different country, and they came over there, and they somehow had United States ties, and they came over there, right, to Haiti. They were the security detail for the Haitian president, which still doesn't make any sense. They plotted to kill him. They killed him, and they didn't leave the country. They all stayed there kicking it until all of a sudden they got caught up. When they got caught up, the police came after them. They were fleeing. They were moving. Nobody said much about a shootout. This dude said something about it. I mean, a little bit. Said they threw a grenade in there and all this other shit. You got grenades blowing up. Nobody didn't have any kind of soot on them. They didn't have any blast, anything, scratches. You saw all them 26 Colombians and them 2 Haitians sitting up in there with a goddamn shoe off and a damn shirt sitting like this and shit. That's what the grenade did. Oh, my shirt. Nigga, are you serious? You know what I'm saying? Come on with these stories, you know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, it was a Haitian gang that had to go in there and actually capture them. And when they saw the Haitian gangs, they said, oh, these highly trained Colombian assassins with United States ties from the DEA were sitting there saying, oh, I'm not going to get caught up by no Haitian gangs. Hey, everybody, all 26 of us, we can't take them. 26 highly trained assassins with United States ties to the DEA couldn't even take a Haitian gang who with rudimentary military grade weapons and no training. They got him in without a scratch. Come on, man. Listen.
The ones ran to the neighborhood that we were just in.
Yes, exactly.
So the people from that neighborhood that we were just in, you know, some of the gang members, they were strong enough to capture Colombian mercenaries, keep them alive, and take their weapons off them and hand them into the police.
These gang members were strong enough to. It sounds like if you're not listening, because I've watched enough of his videos, the ones that he did through Haiti, to kind of get what he's trying to do. It's like he's feeding him the story that he wants him to confirm. And old boy is just there to get paid, to be honest with you, nigga. He's there to show you around Haiti and to get paid. And he was going to tell you the side, because he's non-pro G9 side as well. He's kind of seems like he's kind of a hybrid in between, and he's just there to get money. Either way he can get money. That's what I feel about. But at first he said the 2 niggas was killed, you know what I'm saying? Then he said that all this other stuff, but then now boys like, oh, well, they was able to come in without a scratch and it was gang. Then he said something about it was the police, I think, at first. But then he's like, the gangs, he was like, yeah, you know what? I can't believe that the gang members would take them in without a scratch. Like, man, y'all was blowing up grenades and nobody had a scratch. That little bitty compound had 26 people in it. Was nobody in that corner of the room or that place? They threw a grenade in there, blew it up. I guess they was in the other bottom corner. They said, poof, oh, nigga, they got grenades. Nigga, let's give up. Nigga, fuck this assassin shit. Let's give up right now. Like, come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Think about how life works. Okay. Next clip, I'm going to play, man. We'll let it play and I'll go about it. We'll talk about it.
By the Haitian government.
Yes, it truly is a sad situation, not only for the Haitian people on the island, but also those here, the diaspora in the United States, just watching everything that is happening, and also for Haitian Americans like myself.